Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. Just wanted to put together a little video talking about a little tip on your Arrma 3S vehicle. So if you got any of the 3S 4x4s, this is the Granite 4x4, the Typhoon, Big Rock Crew Cab, Sentin. Something to definitely check out. So I've got my V3 module here in front of us, and there's a problem I had with mine, which is basically that the screws on these backed out on the motor. My spur gear kind of wiggled around and then actually got halfway torn up, and so I did have to clean that up and Loctite them. Seems like the quality control on these is maybe not quite as good as before, and this problem is actually one of the main reasons I like the old motor mount, which had the fixed positions, because this could never really happen with the old one. But on the new one, they got these adjustable motor positions, which I guess a lot of people wanted, but I'm not one of those. But anyways, so quick tips on these. Definitely something you want to do if you got an Arrma 4x4 3S, which is first off, remove those motor screws. So take those two things out, stick them on the end of your little hex driver here, and then what you want to do is definitely clean them off with some motor spray. So electric motor cleaner spray. I'm using this PowerShot brand, but anything will work. Just spray some onto a clean paper towel. Take your motor screw. So I'm just using this other screw as an example, but you want to clean that off. Get all that black grease off of there. I don't think they clean them from the factory, so this is something you'll definitely want to do. Clean those off, because if the screws are not clean, then your Loctite is not going to hold. Once you do that, the other thing I recommend doing is getting some of these 3x, I think they're like 3x5 or 3x6 metal washers. That'll help hold the screws in place on the motor plate a little bit better. So it does not come with those. I added those, so I think they're 3x5s. But yeah, put one of those washers onto your screw, and then use some Loctite. And you don't need to go too crazy with the Loctite. You just need to put it basically on the tip. I'll kind of give you example of how it actually looks here on this screw. So about like that much is plenty. You want to put it on the tip so that as you screw it in and turn the threads, it'll actually kind of work its way along the shaft there. If you put all of it on the end, like on this side or the whole thing, it doesn't really actually get into the motor and won't, basically hold on as well. And then since you put it on one side, when you thread it in through the motor plate, just go lengthwise like that, so you still got that gap. Because if you put it in like this, you probably like scrape off all that thread lock all along the motor plate rather than get through into the actual motor itself. So yeah, there's a little tip there. So I'm going to clean that off because I'm not actually going to install this screw. So once you've got that, the way to set your mesh is put all your bearings, pinion, all that. You want a little bit of play. You can kind of hear it like click a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that, but put the cover back on, everything clean, kind of snaps into place, and just kind of wiggle the spur gear here. Make sure you hear that clicking noise. Kind of spin it around. So it should have a tiny bit of movement there, tiny bit of play, and the less play there is, the better, but you still need to have a tiny bit. So basically make it as tight as you can. I'm going to show you what my mesh actually looks like, but yeah, you can actually see it clicking. This might be a hair type, but my spur gear's like half broken, so I'm just going to run it like that. But yeah, you should have a tiny bit of play like that. They shouldn't be locked together and moving simultaneously. You shouldn't be able to like move the spur gear without the pinion moving at all. So yeah, there you go. Put that back together, stick that thing on your vehicle, and then you should be good to go. So definitely something you want to check out of the box. I think these 3S lines maybe aren't put together the best. Also had one of my axle screws pull out. So the back rear one is going to be the one that tends to unthread by itself. So I don't think there was any Loctite on that. So you want to take that drive shaft, remove it, and then thread lock it into the axle. That's another common problem on these. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely hit the like, share, subscribe button. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.